Here we go with 4th grade Excel lesson number 50, recognizing numbers less than a million, given in words, place value, or expanded notation. And so we're going to be taking a look at a little bit more deeply at place value today. Numbers, big numbers. But before we do that, here is a joke for you. Now, I'm assuming that you know the jokes that they always tell about somebody crossing the road. Like the original joke was, why did the chicken cross the road? Of course, the answer is to get to the other side. You know, that's like, no duh, that's why everybody crosses a road, right? Is to get to the other side. Well, I've got one of those types of jokes for you, okay? Why did half a chicken cross the road? Why did half a chicken get across the road? And so you'll have to stay tuned later to find out the answer to that wonderful riddle. Here is a number, big 6-digit number. They remind you of the places of each one, how it's named. Well, let's start over here, the ones place. This is where our decimal point would go, right? Tens is here, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. And it just keeps going this way, and it keeps going over that way. The number is read like this. The way we read numbers is we just say 3 digits up until the comma, and then each comma is a word. So we're going to say 253, just like if you saw that written like this. I said, how do you say that number? You would say 253. So that's how you say this. But it's not just 253, it's 253,000. 253,874 is the way that you read that. It's 200,000s, 5 10,000s, 3 thousands, 8 hundreds, 7 tens, and 4 ones. Do the place values to the left of the comma have anything in common with the places to the right of the comma? Do you notice anything that's the same with, whoa, let's try that again, with these compared to these? What you should notice is that here we have ones and here we have thousands, or like 1,000s. Here we have tens and here we have 10,000s. Here we have hundreds and then there we have 100,000s. There's like a pattern going on there. All right, now we're going to write each one of these numbers. They're giving us a certain number of different values, and then we have to put those all together into one big number. So the way that I'd like you to do this is we're going to make a little place value chart here. I'm going to put a squiggly line there for that one. And so we've got our ones, tens, hundreds, dividing it there, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, right? So you just kind of make a little, you don't have to put the things up at the top up here, but just so you know what I'm doing, I've got 6 spots. And the decimal point would go right there. So I'm going to fill in these numbers into those 6 spots. 2 10,000s. Where's the 10,000s place? Put that right there. So go ahead and draw that little chart. Pause the video if you need to catch up with me. And then start filling these digits in with me. We're doing this one together. 8 tens. So I've got 8 in the tens place. 3 thousands. 3 right there. 100,000. That would be out here. 5 ones, oops, right there, and 6 hundreds. So now you can see what the final number is, 123,685. All right, now you got plenty of room over here, or you should, to do these last 2 problems. So you make yourself a little 6-digit place value chart there, and solve numbers 2 and 3. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. Alrighty, here we go. So you should have made something like this. Make that a squiggly one. Okay, I'm not going to label each one of these, but with the squiggle there, I know that that's separating my periods. This is called the thousands period over here, and that's like the ones period. Okay, so 200,000s Put a 2 over here in the 100,000s place. 7 tens, that goes in the tens place. 8 ones, 9 thousands, and 3 hundreds. Notice there's nothing in the 10,000s place. You got to fill in our empty spots with zeros. We need that placeholder. We need that 0 to hold those empty places. So our answer is going to be 209,378. If you missed that, go ahead and fix it. And then let's go over our last one here, number 3. I'm going to make like that. There's my 6 places. Okay. And I got 3 tens. Put a 3 in the tens place. 800s. 1,000. 600,000s. Way out there in the 100,000s place. And 5 10,000s. And then there's no ones, so I got to make sure I fill in that empty spot there. So what I end up with is 651,830. How'd you do? Did you get them all right? All right, these next problems here are showing you each place value kind of like being multiplied together here, the value for each. So on number 4, we have 2 times 100. What is 2 times 100? That should be pretty easy for you. That's 200s, right? Showing you 2 in the hundreds place, basically. 4 times 1,000 is 4,000. Fill that in on your paper. 5 times 10 is 50. And 0 times 1 is 0. That means there's nothing in the ones place. Now you notice these two are out of order here. We've got the thousands over here and the hundreds right there. So I got to switch them when I put the number here. 4,250. Fill that in. And now go ahead and pause the video and do numbers 5 and 6 on your own. Turn it back on when you're ready to see what the solutions are. Okay, so you did 4 times 10 here, which is 40. 3 times 1,000 is 3,000. 2 times 10,000 is 20,000. Hopefully you got that part right. And then the highest one we have here is 20,000. Then we've got 3,000. That's 23,000. We have no hundreds. 4 tens, 40. Is the results there. And if you got that one wrong, you might want to pause the video again and see if you can get this one right. So you're learning 1 times 100,000 is 100,000 because 1 times anything is itself. 3 times 10 is 30. 5 times 100 is 500. So we have 100,000 and then we have 530. All right, and these last 3 here, they're just asking you to figure out which of the multiple choice represents the answer to the question here. So in this number here, 2,536, the 5 in this number represents what? Well, that 5 right there is in the ones, tens, hundreds place, right? So which one of these shows 5 in the hundreds place? Obviously that one right there, 5 times 100. So you are going to circle the 5, and that 5 right there is going to go in the check answer when you do have check answers, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, do 8 and 9, turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. So the 7 in this number is in the 10,000s place, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So you have to choose that one because it's 7 times 10,000 there. And another way of looking at that is, look, if you matched up these digits with each one of these digits, you can see that what we end up with is that 1 comes up to the 7 right there, which is the 10,000s place. Okay, the 4 in this one is in the 10,000s place. Tells you that right there, 4 10,000s. So you circle the 7. All right, so we had a little riddle that why did half chicken cross the road? The answer is to get to his other side. Woohoo! Think about that one for a while, okay?